Bram Stoker's Dracula for the Sega Mega Drive is one of those games that's often panned and hated by so many. But I don't see why. In fact, I see it as one of the best games in my collection. But hey, I don't like Strider, so I can't be right all the time. The game is a side-scroller action platformer, and the object of the game was to destroy Dracula the Prince of Darkness while playing as John Harker. The gameplay is straightforward. You have to find the exit to each level. How do you find them? Well, there's a small arrow at the top of the screen that guides you, but rather than take you to the exit, it instead takes you to a man who suggests a weapon to you. After doing this, a variety of weapons will appear scattered around the stage. The arrow now guides you to the exit, so you have the option to go and look for the weapon that takes your liking, or you could just go to the exit and move on. While there are many weapons available, your default weapon is the sword. The way you hit enemies is interesting. If you press the button normally, you hit the enemy. But if you hold down the attack button, Harker will raise the blade ready to strike, and as soon as the enemy's within range, hack away! Speaking of enemies, there's a large variety of enemies within the game, but maybe a few too many. We have guys throwing knives at you, we have knights, spiders, scorpions, skeleton horses, zombies, demonic monks, spears that come out of the ground, and werewolves. I don't remember Harker or any of the other characters fighting giant spiders. But hey, if giant spiders are too much for you to handle, how about a fucking dragon? Yeah, the level 2 sub-boss is a dragon! What in the name of what? The bosses and sub-bosses are pretty cool though. We have the coach driver, the dragon, we have the old Dracula, Dracula's mistresses, and this guy, who I'm guessing is the younger Dracula with a shitty colour palette, but I don't know. We also have Lucy, Dracula in his werewolf form, a flying monster dude, and Renfield? And yes, he's just as ridiculous here as he is in the movie. He's pretty darn easy too, but surprisingly, he isn't the easiest boss in the game. You wanna know who is? Dracula himself. The final boss of the game is his knight form, the one from the beginning of the film, but he's incredibly easy. You just stand at the edge of the wall and mash the attack button when he approaches you, and he'll run away before you can get hit. The only way he can hit you is by doing a downward stab attack, but he only does this occasionally. The ending is okay. We have a picture of Dracula dying with a scrolling text to tell how we escaped from Watch the Castle Crumble Castlevania style, and then we have the end credits. Nothing special, but who cares? One thing I adore about this game though is the music. It was composed by Sheffield-born Matt Furness, who has composed music for other Mega Drive games like Mickey Mania, James Bond The Duel, Predator 2, just to name a few. Overall, Bram Stoker's Dracula for the Sega Mega Drive is a fun and thrilling game, much better than the movie it's based on. Inexperienced newcomers will find it extremely difficult, but if they fell in love with the torture that was Castlevania, they can't say it's too hard for its own good. Just a little practice is all that's needed for you to have a great time with this magnificent choice for Halloween game nights.